If you have mold on your Jiffies, this is a battle that a lot of us are facing this year, and I'm just going to show you some, one of the methods you can use. There may not be a way to completely eliminate it, but what I'm going to do is just try and remove all of the moldy material. I do have two red spruce seedlings coming up here that are quite delicate, so I'm going to try to leave those alone, but I may end up destroying them. So the first thing I'm going to do is just rip the mesh, and I should have brought scissors to do this, so do as I say and not as I do here. But really, I'm just going to try and peel this back, and I'll cut it later. But the main goal here is to remove any tissue that has mold. So that's going to be the mesh and the actual peat that's inside there, but I do want to have the mesh holding in the peat when I'm done. So I'm going to suggest that for those of you with mold, you just take off a bunch of the peat, get it right out of there. Be very careful of your seedlings, obviously, but we can replant those seeds as needed. Okay, so I actually don't have two spruce seedlings. I only have one here, and it was coming out of the substrate in a weird way. So in actuality, we may be saving this seed. So that demonstrates to you one way that you can isolate your seedlings, which is to peel all of the substrate back from the surrounding material. Because I have extra Jiffies, I'm not actually going to put this one back into this Jiffy pot, because there was so much mold in it. If you wanted to, you could. You would just take, I would say that much of the peat off, and then put a little hole. You know what, let's do it. Just for the interest of showing you. Again, I've got this one completely saturated, so it's easier to work with. I'm going to make a hole in the substrate, and then I'm going to insert the entire root of my seedling into said hole. Okay, you want to get it in there as straight as possible. It's going to be tough with this particular seedling. It's got a lot of character, and I'm just going to try and put as much of the root underground as I can. And this one had a pretty tough road ahead of it as it was, so it probably wasn't going to survive the way it was going. Now it's pretty wonky in there, but we may just have a winner. So that just demonstrates for you what you can do to, one, remove the mold, and a way that you can isolate your seedlings for transplanting. I made it look way easier than it is. It takes, some very careful hands. Just remember that these stems are incredibly delicate right now, and we just have to be careful with them so that we don't break that tender root. Good luck, everyone.